I'm not here to waste your time. I'm here to add value to your life. So do me a favor, please make sure you have a piece of paper and a pen so you can start writing some notes out of what we're going to talk about right now. Or I should say what I'm going to talk about, you're going to be listening to, because there is no way that I can listen to you right in this moment. Probably in the future I might be able to listen to you. You might record a video and I'll be your listener and you can teach me something. But let's go straight to the point. Any program, any weight loss program, it requires a system to follow. And what I have noticed in a weight loss program, the most important part of that system is going to be exactly what we're going to talk about right in this moment, which is why. Why are you doing these things? This makes me think about when they ask parents what do they want for their children when they grew up. Some people will ask for money, some people will ask for bigger house, some people will ask for the kids to travel. But what is impressive is the majority of people, the percentage of the parents ask, they wanted their kids to be happy. That's exactly what we're here for. Now, if you want your children to be happy, do you think you want the same for yourself? Don't you want to be happy? And that's the reason why you are watching this video. Everything that you do, you're doing it because you want to be happy. Everything that I do it because I want to be happy. I'm recording this video because it makes me happy. It makes me deliver the message. It makes me think that I'm contributing to your life and I'm contributing to this society to improve it, to make this world a better place. So that makes me happy. When I see people improving their life, when I see people losing weight, they're in shape, they're happy, they're self-confident. It makes me happy, especially when they tell me that I have made a change in their life. Even though I'm not the only person, there is other people out there doing the same thing for you. And I bet you're doing the same thing for other people. So adding value to your life is very important. It makes me happy. The only problem is that many of us sometimes we confuse prompt relief for happiness, and that's the reason that sometimes we choose to do the wrong things, like drinking excessively, like partying just for partying, like shopping just for shopping instead of shopping because we need something. No, we really like something. Many times we get lost in these things instead of really looking into the things that makes and brings value in our lives. So I want you to think that the reason that you are listening to this video is because you want to get results on your weight loss, and the weight loss is going to contribute to your happiness, which actually is not the weight loss what is going to contribute to your happiness. It's what the weight loss is going to bring to your life that is going to bring you happiness. So here is a great example. Let's say you're getting married. That marriage is going to bring happiness to your life. But you want to feel the best in your wedding, and that's a woman's dream. You really want to be the highlight of that wedding. Of course, you are going to be the bride. Who else is going to be the highlight there, correct? So therefore, you want to look in your best shape. You want that dress to look amazing on you. You want that small waist, you want that nice butt, you want those nice legs. You want that nice back that is going to be uncovered with that dress. Of course, you want that. So you're looking forward for that highlight. That's a why. That's a reason why you're doing that. That's a reason why you want to get in shape. That's the reason why you want to lose weight. Let's say you're a grandmother and you want to spend a lot of time with your grandkids, but you notice that you don't have the energy, and the overweight that you have is actually taking that energy away from you. So that's another why you want to lose weight, why you're going to get in shape, because you want to enjoy your grandson, your granddaughter, your grandkids in general. You want to enjoy them. You want to be able to have the energy. You want to be able to get out of that couch and not be in pain and not being overweight, because that takes you energy. So that's another why. Another why, the reason why you want to lose weight is because you may want to look good to attract a mate. There is many reasons why you want to lose weight. Nothing of those reasons are wrong. They might be superficial. Sometimes they're very emotional. Sometimes people are getting divorced, as an example. They think that they don't look good, and that's the reason why they want to lose weight. That's a why right there. So the whole point out of this is there is a reason why you want to lose weight, and that's exactly the desire that you get in to lose weight. So let me repeat that in different words. The reason why you want to lose weight is because you have a desire to change. You have that energy, you have that why, that motivation. As soon as you forget about your wedding, about being the highlight on your wedding, about playing with your grandkids, about attracting your mate, about feeling self-confident, about wearing a bikini when you go to the beach. As soon as you forget about that, your reasons to lose weight, it's gonna be over. Doesn't matter if you have the best diet ever. Doesn't matter if you have the best exercise ever. Doesn't matter if you know a lot about exercising, about weight loss, about motivation, about anything. Doesn't matter. As soon as you actually forget about the reasons why you losing weight, everything is going to the trash. So make sure you write down the reasons why you're losing weight and why you're gonna keep it off. That's very important. As an example, for me, I started exercising when I was 19 years of age. And the reason why I started exercising, my goals back then, they were very superficial. I wanted to be attractive. I want to have a very nice body. And that was my reason. But that was enough motivation for me to be at the gym every day for hours, pushing, doing my best. People will ask me if I was training to compete. People will ask me if I was a personal trainer. People ask me if I was a fighter. People ask me many questions because they saw the motivation, they saw the desire that I wanted to change my body. I pushed very hard at the gym. I still push. So my motivation, it was very clear, and I just told them I'm here to exercise and get the best out of my workout. Right now my motivations are completely different. Now that I'm older, now my motivations is because I want to be completely independent. I don't want to depend on anybody. I had a client that came to me and we talked about her desire to lose weight, and one of the reasons she said that she wanted to lose weight is because she sees her dad over 90 years of age and he's completely independent. He doesn't use a cane or anything, a walker, nothing. He's independent. He takes care of himself. And his peers, because he lives in a nursing house, they're younger than him and they can barely make it. They use wheelchairs, they use walkers, they barely make it. And she says that she sees all the suffering on all these people and she doesn't want to get there. That's a great motivation right there. That's a great why I'm losing weight, why I'm getting in shape, why I'm changing my life, because that's the whole point by the end. You're changing your life. This is not for a month, this is not for a year, this is not for 10 years. This is for your whole life. You changing your life. So my motivations now are to be independent, to hike any mountain I want to hike, to ride a bike as far as my friends ask me to be able to run for the bus, to run 5-10 miles at any time I want, to be able to move myself from another house to another house and move all the boxes and everything, don't hurt my back. I want to be independent, I want to be strong, I want to help people. Helping people, it really fulfills me. Going to the airport and seeing people they can carry their luggage and me be able to actually offer some help and carry it for them. And when I see people carrying heavy things and I just have the pleasure for me to do it because I can. The other day I saw a guy moving to his apartment. The apartment is actually upstairs. The wife is trying to help the poor guy to get this mattress upstairs, and the wife couldn't even lift the big mattress. So I saw the guy and I went over and just said, like, let's do this right away. He grabbed him from the back, I grabbed him from the top. In 2 minutes we got it into the apartment. It's fulfilling to be independent. It's fulfilling to help instead of waiting for somebody to help us because we don't have the strength, because we don't have the ability, because we're hurting, because we are out of shape. So there is a lot of reasons why you should lose weight and get in shape. Your reasons are completely different than my reasons, of course. So I respect your reasons. They don't have to be like my reasons. But the whole point out of this is that you have to understand why. So take your time right now, pause this video, and start writing down all the reasons why you're watching this video. All the reasons why it's important for you to lose weight. Okay? Give you a couple minutes, pause it. So let's talk about the second part of a weight loss program. Or I should say, a second important part. Exercising and eating healthy is very important. But these areas are more important than anything else, because the reasons why you're doing this is what is going to give you the fuel for you to continue forever, to take it off and keep it off forever. So now we're going to talk about the moment of change. And Mother Teresa is a great example. Mother Teresa is a nun that she was teaching from the church. And she was comfortable teaching in her environment until she decided to go visit the poor, which is, it was in Calcutta. She found a guy dying in the train station, and the guy was screaming for water. She came over to help the guy, and when she picked up the guy died in her hands. The world stopped for her completely. The only thing she can see, it was the guy dying. Can you imagine a guy dying in your hands only because the only thing is missing or it needs is food and water? That developed a lot of change, a lot of pain in her spirit. The only thing that she can think about is, how can I help these people? That's when she decided to leave her environment, and she fought against the church, because the church won't allow anybody to do this type of work under the church coverage. So she decided to go against it. And finally one day the church gave her permission, even though she left before. And then she get out of her comfortable situation, and she's starting by only walking into supermarkets. Or I should say, there is no supermarkets there. Farmers markets. And ask people and vendors just to give them food. And people will say, I won't give you food. I have many children to take care of. I have a couple of children, 3, 4 children. And Mother Teresa will say, I have many as well. She says, you don't have any. The other person will respond, you will not. Even though you don't believe it, I have many children in my house that are waiting for me to feed them. And all these children that she had, it was homeless children that she gathered from the street. And every day she will go and ask for food only to feed these people. It developed a lot of pain in her, for her to change and get out of her comfort zone and help these people. Now, we don't have to be like Mother Teresa. We can, of course. That's the whole point, to be that genuine and help people. But if we want to help ourselves, we need to understand we don't have to go through that pain. It was the same thing with Buddha. Buddha was a prince, and he had all the money of the world. He was so spoiled until he suffered so much in his relationships, that he started wondering about pain, and he understood why people suffer. That's when he started developing this awareness, and he decides to go out there and leave everything, his kingdom, the money, everything, his inheritance, everything behind, just to find out what is pain, because he wanted to experience real pain and help people. And look at him, now he's Buddha, or he was Buddha, but he left a mark here in this world. The same with Abraham Lincoln. After his wife died, he made a big change in his life. Okay? So I have a friend as an example. He was very mean. I'm from a very poor area in Mexico City, and there's a lot of fights there. And we call him the devil because he was very mean. He will beat up kids only because he had the power. He was very mean. He know how to fight, and he won't beat you up, almost to coma, and everybody was afraid of this kid. Until one day, 2 guys met him. I don't know exactly what happened. I just know the story because somebody told me the story. And beat him to almost death. They put him into coma. He went to the hospital. He got out of the hospital and he was a completely different person. He was a very kind person. He was asking about how he can help you instead of trying to beat you and try to enslave you and be afraid of him. He had to go through a lot of pain to learn that. We don't have to go through that pain. I went to a lot of pain before I changed my life. I was very egocentric. I thought about my pleasures. I thought about me. I thought about what can I take from people. Not what I can give, what I can take from them. I thought about partying. I thought about money. I thought about pleasures, like I said. But nothing about what can I give to people. I worked because I want money. I didn't work because I wanted to serve. I was a busboy back in the past. I made good money as a busboy in a good restaurant. But I wasn't thinking about serving people. I was thinking about how can I get the money until I suffer, until I fall into depression and learn the sufferings out there. I needed to suffer for me to understand. That doesn't mean that I'm perfect right in this moment. I still make mistakes. And sometimes those mistakes that I make, they make me suffer and they put me back in track. They put me back where I'm supposed to be, back in my road, so I can continue helping people. Doesn't have to happen this to you for you to lose weight. You don't have to go to a divorce. You don't have to lose your family. You don't have to lose your health. You don't have to have any type of diseases. You don't have to be into pain every day. You don't have to be ashamed. You don't have to be into an airplane where you can buy 2 seats and you feel embarrassed because you're taking 2 seats and people right there don't fit anymore because you're taking that much space. You don't have to go through that pain. You can, but you don't have to. You can change right in this moment and say, it is time for me to change and do something better for me. So think about it, that moment of change. Think about all the suffering that extra weight has brought to your life. Why you feel the way you feel. Write it down, that's very powerful. Change it. Continue bringing good things into your life once you make that decision. That's the second important part. Now we're going to talk about the next one, which is your beliefs. Beliefs are very important. You have to think about this. This is studied in school, but even though it's studied in the school, it's very superficial. They teach us that people believe that the earth used to be flat. Yes, people believe that. Right now it sounds dummy. But honestly, people had it ingrained in their brain. Like ingrained, they were afraid they're going to fall off the earth because they thought it was flat. It's not, it was a belief, but it was a belief they believe it. It was ingrained in them. It wasn't true. Just like right now people believe that psychiatric drugs is the only cure for depression. When in reality, it's a belief. There is beliefs all over the place. And I'm not here to challenge your belief. That's your job to challenge your beliefs. The only thing that I'm telling you is that you have beliefs just like I have beliefs. I used to have a lot of bad habits. And many of my bad habits, I did rationalize them because I thought I born that way. I born with those pleasures. I'm a man. I'm this guy. And I never changed until I fall into depression. That's when I said, wait a minute. I have the power to overcome my pleasures and my desires. And I'm going to do it right in this moment. Doesn't matter how much time it takes and what effort I have to do. And I did it. So my point out of it is the belief that you have about anything. There might be your thyroid. There might be that your genes. There might be that you can't lose weight. There might be many things. It might be a belief. So challenge your belief. Think about it. Write down all your beliefs. And somebody said, what empower people? What makes people useless? What makes people not going forward and get to their goals is the limited belief they don't research and they don't make conclusions of. So in other words, if we have those beliefs, and we don't do something to make a research and understand what we believe, if they can be challenged, if we have tried something different, we're never gonna get out there and enjoy life, because we haven't been able to research and get new information and try. People don't try, people are afraid. Exactly because of that, because they believe there is not a change they can change. So because they believe that, they don't take the effort to do it. So you need to challenge your belief, and you need to say, what do I believe that I've been believing all my life? Because this is very painful, and I can tell you myself, you believe in for 30 years or 40 years that a great investment was your house. When you notice that it's not, that you're losing your house, now it's very painful to confront reality. But that's the truth. You might lose the house. It might not be the best investment you have. Okay? That's a belief. I'm not saying that a house is not an investment. I'm just putting an example. It might be many beliefs out there that you have, that you believe for so many times, for so many years. You believe that. And now because you believe that, it's difficult for you to be challenged and say, wait a minute, it's only a belief. I can change this. So that's the next point. Challenge your belief. And the weight loss, there is a great myth. The women, if they start lifting weights, they get huge, they get muscular. That's a belief. That's only a belief. Like I said, women, when they get huge, it's because they're taking drugs, they're taking steroids. The women, they lift heavy and they're normal and they eat healthy, they're the skinniest and the most in shape. I tell you because I have many of our clients that do that, and they used to believe that. Or sometimes we are afraid of lifting the heavy weights because we are lazy, because we don't want to get the extra effort, because it is painful to lift those heavy weights, and we choose to believe that. But people who actually break those beliefs and they're willing to pay the effort to do that are the people who have the best bodies. You don't have to have the best body. You don't have to look amazingly. What I'm saying is, you have to challenge your belief for you to be able to get out of your comfort zone and get those results. Okay? So now we have 3 mainly important points. Why are you losing weight? Write it down. Change is very important for you to change. What is the pain that is making you change? And what is the pleasure that is bringing you into life that is making you change? And third, what belief you have that is stopping you, that you're not giving yourself the chance to try something different for you to get out of that belief. Now we're going to talk about specifics. Now we're going to go to something more that you can touch, that you can start working on it. We're going to go about goal setting. Goal setting is very important. You want to see where you are and where you want to be. So, as an example, let's say you're losing 10 pounds. You're overweight and you want to lose 10 pounds, which is very achievable if you are overweight. If you want to lose those 10 pounds, you need to specify everything. So it's very important that you set up goals. I hear about an experiment that people did about how they ask people to walk straight into a room, and they pointed exactly what they needed to stop by the end of the room. And as people were walking, they put a chair in between the line where they're supposed to walk. Some people will jump the chair, some people will go around the chair somehow, but they will go straight to the end of the line, exactly in the on the end of the other side of the room. They asked other people to go straight in line, and they did the same thing. They put the chair, but this time they didn't tell them where is the stopping line. So people will walk, and right where the chair was, they stop there. So what people concluded out of this experiment is, if you know specific where you're going, if you have a goal, doesn't matter what obstacle is in front of you. You're gonna jump it, you're gonna go around of it, you're gonna go under it, you're gonna do something, you're gonna fight the obstacles to get there. But there is not a specific goal, and an obstacle gets in the middle, you're gonna stop right there because you don't have a goal. So there is another great example. if you start playing soccer, basketball, football, you have to score. If you're just playing for playing, you don't know who's gonna win, because doesn't matter, there is nothing to score. You're gonna waste a lot of energy, you're gonna waste a lot of time. There is nothing to score. Unless you have a goal to score, then you can go specific. You can put strategies, you can pass with this strategies, you can pass the ball to your friend, you can go straight forward, you can do many things, but you have a goal. Without a goal, you're going nowhere. So it's very important for you to set up those goals. It's specific. Losing weight doesn't say anything. You need to be specific. I'm losing 10 pounds. In how long? 2 months? A month. Okay, if you're losing it in a month, that means that you need to lose 2.5 pounds every week, right? So now you know that for you to lose 10 pounds in a month, you need to lose 2.5 pounds in a week. Is that possible? Yes. How are you gonna lose that? Okay, so now we get into the specifics. Now you need to set up goals in your eating. Specific goals about how you're gonna eat. About your breakfast, about your snacks, about your dinner, about your lunch. Cutting extra calories that you don't need. Processed food you don't need. Stop drinking sodas. Stop drinking alcohol. Stop drinking canned juice. Stop overeating. Eating the right food, such as the simple high nutrients foods such as veggies, low in meat. That's a great example. You're gonna eat a lot more nutrients, lower calories for your lunch and dinner. You can eat a very light grain such as oatmeal breakfast. For snacks, you can eat fruit. You already cutting a lot of calories by doing that. Now by exercising, you can go for a run for half an hour every day. You're burning a lot more calories. Not only you burning those calories, but at the same time you're increasing your metabolism, which is gonna burn more calories. At the same time, if you're gonna lift weights, it's a great example. You're gonna increase your muscle mass, which is going to actually burn more calories. And you not only you're gonna burn more calories by increasing your muscle mass, but by you lifting heavier weights. Of course, in a professional way, that you just don't lift heavy weights. You need to have a plan to begin with 5 pounds, go to 8, go to little by little. You need to know how to do this. Don't just go out there and get yourself injured. Of course, you have to have a plan and a strategy to follow this. But by lifting the weights that you can lift, you're gonna burn more calories than going lighter. So my point out of that is that once you have a specific goal, you gotta know what you're gonna do every day to get to the long-term goal. So that's it for now. We talk about the 4 major things that you're gonna do. The first one is find the reason why. The second one is the moment of change. The third one is your beliefs. And the last one is about goal setting. Okay? So keep watching. I have a couple other videos that talks about goal setting. I specifically tell you what to do. I have a video that is called Meal Plan Creator. Right there, I told you specifically how to set up goals, so you can go watch it and you can set up those goals specifically about your eating and your lifestyle, so you know how to set up those goals specifically once again and start losing weight. Okay? I hope you like this video. Please share it with other people who wants to lose weight. You want to help your partner. You want to help other people. Share it. Get it out there so people start losing weight. If you like it, once again, share it, like us, and continue following us. And I'm looking forward to talk to you next time. Thank you.